Hi everybody, it's time for a workshop. As if you didn't have enough stuff coming at you right now, I figured I'd add another layer. So let's talk about the new collaborative digital whiteboard called Jamboard. It is a part of your Google suite. So is it user-friendly? Well, I believe it is. It's a Google product, so that the buttons are pretty intuitive. And I do believe it would work for any content area. I've been hard-pressed finding one where it would not work. And the next question is, how would I use it? So let's just jump right in. To find Jamboard, you're going to want to go to the waffle and find it there. Looks like this J. Or, like any Google product, jamboard.google.com. So these are a bunch of Jamboards here that are recent Jamboards that I've either created or have looked at. If I hit this plus at the bottom right hand corner, Google loves pluses, I'm going to click that and get a new Jamboard ready. So this is pretty much it. It's pretty clear. You can add multiple slides this way, or they call them frames. Let's do that. When you click the stack, you now have options to go between the first frame and the second frame. When you hit the three dots, you can duplicate a frame or delete a frame. So if we made this frame really complex, we could duplicate it for multiple students to work on that. So let's take a peek here, undo. This is your zoom function, which kind of works like Notability too. So you zoom in, you can write really small. When you do that, backgrounds, there are a few, so graph paper, that kind of thing. And again, being able to zoom in will give you a different look. Clear the frame, works like that. So if you had a bunch of ink on top. So here are your options. This is your pen feature, your marker feature, highlighter, or brush. The big complaint about Jamboard, not a lot of colors, but that's okay. So here's some inking, clear the frame. I can also ink like this and use an eraser partially. This is my select button. This is a sticky note, which is kind of nice because you can create a Padlet type of situation with sticky notes. So you could have a situation where you can create a quick matching. Okay, so you can see if you had multiple sticky notes that again can be resized, duplicated, deleted. You can send the order up and back and forth. So you could create an activity this way. This is how you can add an image, so you can upload from your computer, from your drive, from your photos, or you can even use the Google image search. So if you wanted to create a check-in where students would put their name next to this one, or perhaps a sad smiley face, that's something that they could change the order. Bring to the front. And if I wanted to say, Lisa is feeling okay today, and put my name over here, and vice versa. Quick check-in. Here are some shapes. They can be resized. They can have a fill. Can make a pretty easy Venn diagram this way too. Circles perhaps. Okay, and again, the ability to duplicate, delete, or change the order. So this is a text box, and a text box on top. You can kind of get the idea here. That would not be a verb, of course, but you get it. So if this were duplicated, you could make multiple and have your students join different stacks or different frames. and be able to work with them maybe in breakout groups or what have you. So back to our workshops. Because it's a Google product, it shares like other Google things. So your sharing should look familiar to you, hopefully. So restricted to NASA public schools, anyone with a link can view, or you can make it anyone with a link can view, or you can restrict it to certain people. You can also, in Google Classroom, because it's a Google product, give a copy to each student. So that's kind of a nice option as well. So synchronously, if you're in a Zoom or a Meet, students can write right in front of you on their Jamboard. It is an app in the App Store. Students can use their iPad with a stylus and can do math, science equations, and a whole bunch of things. Asynchronous, again, you can turn an assignment in, share a copy with each student so that a student can work through different Jamboards for you. So here are a couple of ideas. This one is not my own, but I do have the link and the source at the bottom of my section. So this could either go right on top or right underneath. So this would be a simple matching. That's an option. I really like this one. So if you had a timeline, so this is history perhaps, and I searched for Bay of Pigs perhaps, and select that. Way too big for my timeline, but that can be shrunken, and I can put a little text box. Okay, so here is a PDF of a textbook. If I right click it, open with Adobe, I can take this and say File, Save As, an image. Once it is saved as an image, okay, here it is. I can go into my Jamboard, open image, upload it from my computer, put it on my desktop. Okay, image of brain text. Okay, so it looks really small, too small to use, but pull it open like this, and I now can either use just this section. Okay, now I can use my pen, change the color, and I also could use like a Loom or Screencastify if I were teaching. If I were a student, I could fill out, okay, so check your recall. I could fill out my answers here too. Here, right, lots of them. If it were a math question I really needed to zoom in, I could easier on an iPad with a stylus, of course, right? So zooming back out, you can see that kind of works a bit better. So anyhow, just some ideas for using worksheets or scanned textbooks. As long as it's an image, you can scan it and upload it here. Okay. All right, so here are some other ideas. So again, uploading an image or a screenshot. So this is McNamara's Foursquare, so that would work. These are the directions for what I just showed you. Don't forget about your background. So if you need to, connect the dots, you need lines, you need a grid. That works. Here's an example of a teacher using Screencastify to create a video with moving parts, right? So the water cycle here. And how could you use this, to demonstrate a process, define vocabulary words, all sorts of things. So as mentioned, you can duplicate these boards so that students can use them, and you can watch in real time as your students solve these math problems or any problem. So equations, vocab matching, illustrating concepts. Okay. So these post-it notes, again, that's kind of like the Padlet idea. Comparing and contrasting, so you can grab some images and use Venn diagrams. Okay, so exit tickets as well. Also, analyzing text or using like a peer edit. Students can write on text or poems, rhyme scheme, think that. So just different types of graphic organizers, and I'm going to share this with you as well, the Google Slides, so that you can go in and check out these really great Jamboard ideas, and feel free to make a copy of them. So, yep. So anyhow, this one's using maps, and there's 20 slides in here. This one's kind of neat. This is using Vocaroo so that it is your voice, students' voices, and then they can make a drawing or an image to describe it. So anyhow, hope this is helpful. All right, thanks.